Hello. I'm just gonna apologize in advance. I'm sick, so my voice sounds terrible. But something that I found interesting in this play was how the protagonist did not really interact very much compared to other plays and movies and such. There wasn't much interaction, especially with them being like generational family members. Two values slash perspectives that I noticed was how the women were portrayed as healers. This was evident when Elliot's mom would care for him when he came home. Another value that I noticed was how combat damages participants. So this was evident when Elliot was discussing with his father PTSD they both experienced and telling stories about their first kill, stuff like that. Something I didn't understand and had to look up was the military code, and there was a lot of different sources, but the what I found was that it's basically just like strict guidelines for military personnel, which actually is kind of self-explanatory. It just left my mind. The depiction of the American soldier in A Soldier's Fugue is definitely less than what you would expect out of a soldier because it's more of pathos being used throughout the play, and the soldiers that are discussing their problems actually use their emotion and they don't appear as the mainstream hardcore tough soldiers that America sees. Fugue is basically when a composition is introduced by one character and taken up by another. This is evident when the grandpa, dad, son all interact through like letters and poetry and lyrical excuse me lyrical situations. I think this helped the play because it gave the audience a different perspective than what we would be used to. It's especially with them being close family members, you would expect them to be able to discuss in person, face to face, more than they would separately. But it definitely showed how playwriters are able to do modern playwriting. If I were to ask two questions, the first one would be given your parents' history in the military, would you continue to want to serve despite upsetting your parents? And then my second question would be how do you feel about discussing combat in a poetic way, even though it's a really, hardcore, extreme topic? Thank you.